Welcome back to Luxury Motors Review. Today we're taking a calm but complete tour of the Pagani Huayra Roadster BC, a car that feels less like a machine and more like a piece of moving art engineered to punch a hole in the horizon. If you've ever wondered why collectors chase a build slot for years and owners talk about these cars the way people talk about watches or yachts, this is the one that explains it. We'll walk the exterior, settle into the cabin, talk real performance and driving feel, cover pricing and availability, and finish with how you can start the buying process using the link in the description. From the curb, the Roadster BC looks hewn from carbon and wind. The proportions are classic Huayra but turned up, a long, low nose with active front flaps, a teardrop cockpit, and a rear section carved by aero tunnels and diffusers that look like sculpture. Every body panel is lightweight composite, not just carbon fiber, but Pagani's own carbotitanium blend that trades paint shop gloss for structural strength and that deep woven shimmer in sunlight. The removable roof is a featherweight hard panel you can lift off and stow, and there's a simple fabric top for unexpected weather, so you get sky when you want it and silence when you don't. Walk around it and the details pile up. The front splitter is purposeful. The side skirts tie into air curtains over the rear wheels, and the tail wears an aggressive wing that's more wind tunnel than fashion. The exhaust is pure theater. 6-outlet titanium system that meets in a central quartet with 2 additional vents that help control back pressure and temperature under load. Wheels are forged wrapped in sticky Pirelli Trofeo, are rubber developed for this model. And the stance is all business without losing that delicate Pagani elegance. The numbers stay discreet, but downforce is the headline here, with serious push at Autobahn speeds, while the active aero smooths things out in traffic and on bumpy roads. Open the door, and the outside world fades into a studio of materials and light. The first thing you notice is the craftsmanship you can feel with your fingertips. Knurled aluminum knobs turn with a gentle click, exposed fasteners are polished like jewelry, and the carbon weave aligns panel to panel, as if someone laid it by hand under a magnifying glass. The seats are thin, yet supportive, sculpted to hold you without pinching, trimmed in leather that smells rich and feels tight over its padding. The steering wheel is small and thick, wrapped in leather with milled aluminum spokes and shift paddles that feel like a precision instrument. The instrument cluster blends classic and modern. An analog-inspired tach and speed readout with a crisp digital information plane so you get temperature, pressures, and mode without digging through menus. The center stack is simple and beautiful. Ventilation toggles you'll actually want to touch. A compact screen for navigation and media, and a bank of switchgear that looks like it came from a boutique watchmaker. Storage is modest but clever, with a bespoke luggage set available so weekend runs are a reality, not just a photo op. Noise is present but curated. With the roof off, you hear turbine whoosh and wastegate chatter. And with the roof on, you get a bass-heavy V12 thrum that lives in the background until you lean on the throttle. It's intimate without ever feeling cramped, and it's purposeful without forgetting comfort on a long day. Under the rear clamshell sits the heart that defines the Roadster BC. It's a hand-built twin turbocharged V12 sourced from AMG and tuned to Pagani's spec, delivering around 800 horsepower and massive torque that swells from low RPM and just keeps pulling. It's not the peaky, scream-tooth-moon kind of power. It's that elastic wave that makes clean passes on a short straight and shrugs at elevation. The gearbox is a 7-speed automated manual built to be light and direct, chosen on purpose instead of a heavier dual clutch. At gentle throttle, it's smoother than you might expect. When you're pushing it, the shifts are fast, positive, and part of the theater. The throttle tip-in is sharp, but controllable. You can dial response with drive modes that influence mapping, damping, and aero behavior. Brakes are carbon ceramic with huge rotors and serious ventilation, giving you firm bite from cold and heroic stamina when you're reworking the car on a mountain road. Steering is hydraulic, feeling precise, quick without being twitchy, and full of that road texture enthusiasts crave. The chassis is stiff, the unsprung mass is kept low with lightweight components, and the suspension uses advanced geometry and adaptive damping to keep the body calm over broken pavement. The result is a car that will do the headline numbers people quote at Cars and Coffee, while feeling surprisingly composed at legal speeds. Roof off, sunrise, empty road, second and third gear, and the car breathes with the surface, as if it's reading the next 50 feet for you. That's the special sauce. Living with a Roadster BC isn't like dailying a luxury sedan, but it's not the mythical hardship some imagine either. Visibility is better than the silhouette suggests, the clutch actuation and the transmission logic is civilized in town, and the cooling systems are sized for real traffic, not just photo shoots. Cabin temperatures are managed with effective climate control, even under glass, and the car idles cleanly and happily while you line up a toll or a gate. Service is a relationship, not a transaction. You work with Pagani and a limited number of specialized partners who know the car down to torque specs on interior fasteners. The upside of that small ecosystem is intimacy. People remember your chassis number, your exact leather dye batch, the weave you chose for the door caps, and they treat updates and inspections with the attention you expect at this level. Now the question everyone asks in a whisper, the price. This is multi-million-dollar metal, and it wears that reality openly. Think in the low to mid-single-digit millions before personalization. Because each car is commissioned, not just configured. The final figure depends on paint complexity, exposed carbon treatments, anodized finishes, interior materials, and bespoke elements like stitch patterns, marquetry, or custom metalwork. Production is limited, and most examples are spoken for, which is why pre-owned cars with low mileage and rare specs often trade at a premium. For many buyers, this isn't about beating a stopwatch. It's about owning something built by people whose names appear on the build book, about materials only a few brands even attempt, and about an object that will still look and feel special 20 years from now. If you're ready to explore one for yourself, the smartest path is to start a conversation rather than a search. Use the link in the description to check curated availability, upcoming build slots, and certified pre-owned examples. You'll be able to register interest for a commission. Request a spec session where you see finishes in natural light and understand the timeline from deposit to delivery. If you're looking at an existing car, the same link lets you compare provenance, service history, and option lists side by side so you know exactly what you're getting. It also connects you with logistics for covered transport, insurance guidance for agreed value policies, and the service network that will keep the car perfect. For financing, many owners choose specialized lenders who understand collectibles. If that's your route, you'll find introductions there as well. And if you simply want to feel the car before you commit, you can book a private demonstration day at a proving ground or a scenic route with support staff who know the car's systems and can answer all the nerdy questions. That is the Pagani Huayra Roadster BC in full, a roof-off hypercar that blends aerospace materials, old-world craftsmanship, and a powertrain with real soul into something that feels alive the moment you touch it. If this deep dive helped, subscribe to Luxury Motors Review, drop a like, and tell me which icon you want next. When you're ready to take the next step, the buy link in the description will show you current pricing, allocation status, and the people who can turn your specification into a build plate. Drive safe, and I will see you in the next one.